Everything is connected, specifically our emotions and our body. We have these words in our language like, my heart was broken. And we're not physically talking about your heart being pulled apart, but it's an emotion represented with a physical term. I felt sick to my stomach. You may or may not have felt absolutely sick to your stomach, but it was brought on by an emotional response. You see, we have this fight or flight impulse. So when you feel an emotional stimulus, let's say anger, someone really makes you mad, that impulse, it starts up here and it travels down the nervous system and it says, punch now? And you say, no, I'm a well behaved human being. I'm not going to punch this person in front of me. And then it says, okay, run away, legs, move. And you say, no, it's okay. I don't have to be scared. I'm not going to run away. So then what happens to that nervous impulse? It's electrical energy, it's in your body. So where does that go? It gets stored in your muscles. It gets stored in your organs. It elicits an endocrine response. So your hormones react in response to an emotion. So what do we do with this? Oftentimes we start getting body responses, like we get illnesses, we get injuries because of something that's going on up here. And of course, modern medicine has known this for a long time. The effects of stress on the body are absolutely profound and devastating. So I recently found out that when you have really high stress levels, your resting heart rate can come up. And particularly, one of the worst things for stress is emotional stress when it comes to relationships. So if you're going through a breakup or you have some sort of relational tension, then what that does is it raises your resting heart rate. You're producing so much cortisol. So when your heart starts to beat really fast and it never gets to come down and really chill out, it's kind of like when you set your phone on the edge of the table and it vibrates off. Your heart doesn't want to do that. So it starts to find ways that it's not going to vibrate out of your chest and it forms attachments to your sternum. So your heart is actually pulling on your sternum and you kind of start to cave into yourself. And so a heartbroken person might end up walking around like you can just look at them and be like, that person's been wounded. And physically, they've actually been wounded. So when people say it's just words, I can get over it, it's in your body. So, okay, then what do we do about this? So, where's the hope? Well, one of the ways that we can get through this is talking about our emotions, like cognitive therapy, talk therapy. All of this is super important, but then there's a whole other aspect of physically moving your body, just going for a walk, stretching, taking a yoga class. All of these things, they're going to release emotions, and you might not be able to connect it. You might be like, oh, wow, that chest stretch. That feels so good. And I'm starting to get over my broken heart. It might not be like that. It might not be like, oh, I opened my heart and now it was about my breakup. You might never be able to connect the dots, but that doesn't mean it's any less real. So thanks for listening. I hope you check out our website, trypoweryoga.org. Check me out on Facebook, Melanie Wellness, or check out some of